Hey guys, today I want to talk about something really different. And it's something that has bothered me probably for like the past, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years or so, I would say. And I noticed there's been like a lack of wisdom in the world. And I'm sure you guys have noticed it too, a lack of leadership, a lack of wisdom. There seems to be something like a void, like a vacuum in the world or something like that. You guys are going to be hearing rain in the background here. There's a lot of rain going through my area. But what I want to talk about is this. The reason why I think we're seeing this is because as the greatest generation dies off, and most of them are gone, unfortunately, and I noticed this after my father left, that I had this empty feeling after he had passed away. And I noticed a lot of other people, not just veterans, but people in general, and also even expats over here. Expats over here, they used to be World War II expats and Korean War expats over here. All those guys are pretty much gone. There's not many left, if any at all. I've yet to see a World War II veteran over here since I've gotten here. And I thought I would run into a few of the older ones, and most of them had already died off, unfortunately. And I've never met one since being here. I've seen a World War II scout Filipino guy getting pushed through the mall in a wheelchair one time, and that was about the closest I ever came to a World War II veteran over here. And I noticed that since this generation is pretty much past, and the ones that are alive are either in nursing homes. I have my godfather, he's 99 and a half years old, and he was over in Guam, and then I have my aunt left in my family, but in my family, all the greatest generation has pretty much passed away, with the exception of my godfather and my aunt. And all my uncles have passed away, and they're all gone. And it leaves a void. It really, really leaves a void in our lives. And I don't think a lot of people notice that we're missing that wisdom that these people had. And that wisdom is kind of gone now. It's left huge voids. I noticed that people that step into positions now used to be people like in the veterans organizations and stuff like that. A lot of them were World War II veterans. They took the VSO, the Veteran Service Officer jobs and stuff, and they did a really great job on that. And we kind of miss that now. The people that fill it in, they do the best they can. But in today's world, we have like these dramatic people. They always have to cause drama or something like that. I'm not sure what it is, if it's just our generation or whatever it is. There's these people that just jump into the place, and they cause drama with these people that are trying to do their jobs or whatever. And I see it even with what I do, trying to help people. I see these dramatic idiots that step into the place, and they have to put you down or whatever, and they step up to the plate to be an idiot, and they have to show their true colors. And I noticed that in the greatest generation, they didn't have a lot of those. They didn't have a lot of idiots. I'm sure they did, but they didn't have a lot of them. And the greatest generation knew how to keep them in place. That's the bug zapper, if you're hearing a zapping noise, guys. But they knew how to put them in their place. And today, it's very hard for us to keep these people in place. And not just that, it's also the wisdom that we miss from these people. People today, they don't know how to keep people in their place. They don't have a lot of wisdom that the greatest generation had from what they had gone through. They went through the Great Depression. They went through World War II. They went through the Korean War. Their parents went through World War I and many other wars before that. And it was just incredible to live through having these people around us as children, and most of us, and yet we didn't pick up a lot of that for some reason. I think some of us did, but some of us didn't. There's a lot of people that I see today. I don't see that greatest generation wisdom, tactfulness, and many other things that they had. They had so many things going for them. I mean, I love the greatest generation, and I miss them dearly, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do too. And, as we lose our parents, and some of you guys still have parents that are alive, probably from the greatest generation. And like I said, I have a godfather that's 99 and a half, and he's from that generation. He's still alive. And unfortunately, as of about 6 months to a year ago, I lost contact with him. He's still alive. I have contact with family members of him, and I try to let them know that I miss him and I love him, and that's about all I can do now. And my aunt, she has lost her hearing, so she really can't hear much. But it's kind of sad to see that happen, that change happen. I've noticed, and we've seen things happen in the United States as the greatest generation has died off. I've heard a lot of people put them down, which is the dumbest thing I could even imagine, to say something like that these people that fought for our country and made our country what it was, all of a sudden the people now are saying that they destroyed the country. And I beg to disagree with you on that these people were the greatest generation, and I will always support that they were. I saw things that my father did. I saw the greatness in my father and many of my uncles and uncles on my mother's side and friends that were part of that greatest generation. They were really intelligent, smart people, and they really were thinkers. They had a lot of wisdom, and as those people passed away, they took that wisdom with them. I remember seeing people like Tip O'Neill. Tip O'Neill was he was a Democrat. He was on the left side, but he would work with people like Ronald Reagan, and people would work across the aisle. That was the greatest generation that I remember, and a lot of the people from that time, they would reach across the aisle, and they would shake their hand and say, "Hey, let's get this done. Let's see if we can meet in the middle, brother." We're all brothers, but that generation had something special about it. And the more I age, the more I see that vacuum. I see more of a vacuum. Day after day after day, it's more of a vacuum. I see it even amongst our expat community. A lot of people don't want to step up to the plate to help others. They don't want to work with each other as much. They kind of want to stay on their own. And it's kind of sad, because the greatest generation worked together. Didn't matter whether they're Marines and Navy or Army and Navy or whatever, they worked together. They might not have liked each other sometime, because there was that thing between the Navy and the Navy and the Marines, or the Army and the Marines, or Coast Guard or whatever. They just didn't like working together. But you know what? They made it happen, and they made it happen in a good way. And kudos to these veterans that are passing away on these days, because you know what? We're losing truly the greatest generation. And we will never ever see people like this in our lifetimes. And our lifetimes are getting shorter and shorter as we go. And these people will truly be missed. And God bless these people for what they've done. And I wish that my generation was part of that. And we have good people out there, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting down my generation or any other generation, or the Vietnam vets or whatever. But I don't see anybody that ever stepped up to the plate like the greatest generation. God bless, guys. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show.